In Tasmania, a mother is worried about her young. She's a Tasmanian devil, and her young have grown too big for the pouch, which is making hunting and competing for food extremely hard. Out of desperation, she leaves the den looking for food. She's looking for something easy to eat, and unfortunately that means leaving the forest and going into where humans are. Normally a conflict with a bird, the devil could easily win, but with young underneath, she decides to move on. But as she goes, unfortunately, she loses the sick little one. Sadly, leaving this one behind, she moves on to protect the rest of her young. And now this little one is behind enemy lines. What happens next is truly remarkable. So this little devil is alone, vulnerable, in a goose pen with some angry geese. Now what happens next is a really amazing and bizarre story of survival.
So we're going to head off to the farm of Mark and Linda Stillman to find out more. So, what happened?
Well, we just had these, I think it was 8 goslings hatched out, and
there's still one in the shell, remember?
there was too.
Oh,
That's
Yeah, it was
right.
just
hatching.
breaking out, and
Yeah.
that's why the mum was sitting,
Oh, yes.
or one of the women, the
Yeah.
girls was
I
sitting.
don't know which one it was actually, and so the kids stayed outside the fence, and I went round and into the goose paddock, which happens to be our orchard, and I just took a look inside the goose house, and here's this tiny little devil cuddled up against the little gosling, and I just couldn't believe what I was looking at.
I can hardly believe what I'm hearing. A mother goose caring for this little baby devil for over 12 hours.
Well, I can't wait to see where all this has happened. Will you come and show us?
Well, we'd better go for a walk and have a look.
I can hear the hissing.
They hiss at men more than women.
They're staying perfectly surrounding the chicks, aren't they?
Oh, God, yeah.
Pretty much apparent. All 3 of them stayed.
The 2 geese had laid virtually in the one nest, and they were both sharing the eggs between them. And I'd come around the other side, and the little devil was just on the left-hand side of the nest.
And the nest still had one goose egg in it that was in the process of hatching.
We had what was virtually a double nest here, with the 2 girls were sitting like A. The little ones were tucked in underneath them. The little devil was right in beside the goose there, just in there.
So when you saw the devil, you then reached in and just picked him up?
Yeah, well, of course, when I got really close, the girls got out, of course, and I just went over and picked him up and took him to show the kids and Linda.
Did he growl or bare his
No
teeth?
noise whatsoever. He just cuddled down into my arm. But he was fairly poorly, and he had quite a few fleas on him as well.
Yeah.
So he was pretty lousy with fleas.
Well, it's such a beautiful property. I can imagine devils living here. It's just lovely.
Yes, they're not strangers to us, that's for sure. And we've never had any animals hurt by the devils.
We leave Mark and Linda's now, and we're off to see the baby devil, and I can't wait to see him.
Bye!
See ya.
See ya.
Bill and I have both worked with Tasmanian devils, and we've both raised baby Tasmanian devils, but what we're about to see today I feel is going to be really special, and this little devil is unique.
I've known Judy Sinnott for many years. She's a legend amongst wildlife carers. If anybody can get this guy through, Judy can.
Hi, Bill. Hi, Jane. That's okay.
Because this little devil was found at Rocky Cape and he's being cared for in the Rocky Cape area. He's been named Rocky. So you keep him in this cage here.
Yep. This is Rocky.
He's still a little bit nervous.
No, he just doesn't like to be woken up, do you, baby? But normally he's pretty good.
Has he settled down a little bit from when you first got him?
Yes, I mean, he's a lot more active now because he's got better now because he was so sick. But, I mean, as you can see, I can still pick him up. But he gets grumpy because he doesn't like to be woken up half
What sort
the
of
time.
condition was he in when you got him?
He was in very poor condition. He only weighed 370 grams. He was just skin and bone, and he had no life in him. And now, as you can see, he's a handful now. He weighs about 1 kilo now.
Okay.
And he has a bowl of milk and some wallaby. That's
Yeah.
what he's feeding on now. And he talks to you. No, he was bottle fed for a long time. But now we just eat and drink by ourselves.
Oh, good. So he takes the meat,
Yeah.
the wallaby, just from a bowl, does he?
Oh, just from my hand. Well, I just
Oh.
hold it because we play tug of war and all kind of things with pieces of meat. Yeah, Rock.
So Judy, where will he go after you've finished caring for him when he starts to grow?
When he probably gets to about 3 kilos, the authorities will make the decision whether he will go into a breeding program or whether he'll be released back out into the wild in our area because that's where he's come from. And he will be microchipped and that so that they can keep a little track on him, and that's what will happen when he's about 3 kilos.
Oh, good, because he's certainly very healthy and he'd be good as part of the breeding program.
So they actually rang the other day and they're starting now to think about what's going to happen because he's growing so rapidly.
Yeah.
And it won't take him long to, to get the 2 kilos, and then he'll be 3 before I know it, and he'll be leaving.
Yeah, you have to try not to get attached.
That's
don't you?
right.
And he's changed a lot just while you've had him, has he grown?
Yeah, well, from this little lifeless thing that I had to something now that, you've got to watch your fingers now.
Yes.
But he's quite happy, and as I said, he's very healthy now and very pleased with his progress. So, yeah, we'll just keep going with him and go from there.
Oh, good. It's good to know. Wouldn't like to try and take it off him now.
No.
This has been a great experience meeting little Rocky and all of the people involved in his care, and it's given him a chance of survival in the future. So you've gotten used to just caring for them for a short time and you don't get too attached.
No, some of them I get attached to, but most of the time I know that every time we send some out to other carers, more come in. So I get them going and then off they go again. And
But it was an absolutely incredible find. I'd never heard of it before. And it's just an amazing thing. So anyway,
it's really good when you see them from this size to release size and off they go.
You see them hopping off into the bush?
Yes.
Do you stay there for a while and watch them go?
Yeah, we usually stay there for a little while but most of them are very eager to get out in that big wide world and start looking around.